1. Welcome to Cooking with Elsie and the QC. Cream cheese, cream cheese, cream cheese. Well, Philadelphia cream cheese, that is. I am so excited to be participating in the Real Women of Philadelphia competition with my inspiration, Paula Deen. Today I'm going to be cooking my green spaghetti for our entree submissions. So I'm going to be making my green spaghetti, and this recipe is passed down from my mom. It's such a great recipe and it's so easy, and especially brings back some really fun summer memories for me and my family. My mom has made this since I was a little girl, and I can't wait to make it for you guys. So let's get started. You only need a couple ingredients to make green spaghetti. Some fresh basil, some fresh garlic cloves, of course, a block of Philadelphia cream cheese. And you cannot make this recipe without Philadelphia cream cheese. My mom just said to me the other day, every time I use another cream cheese, it doesn't taste the same. So don't forget that. And our Parmesan cheese. So now my water is boiling, so I'm going to throw in my spaghetti. I just got a handful of whole wheat spaghetti here. So throw it in and cook it for about 8 minutes until it's al dente. I've got my fresh basil here. I'm just going to chop off the ends and chop it into like halves, and I'm going to throw it into my food processor. I'm going to take all my fresh basil and put it in my food processor. I just slightly chopped it. The food processor will take care of the rest. And I'm going to add 3 fresh garlic cloves. Put it right in there. And about a half a cup of Parmesan cheese. Sometimes I like to add a little more. That looks about right. Okay, and now I'm going to put my food processor on, and I'm just going to pulse this until everything is combined. So our next ingredient is our olive oil, which is going to make our pesto. So I'm going to slowly pour in the olive oil, a little bit at a time, until I get the right consistency. Let's give this a little taste. It's so good. Perfect. All right. So our pesto is done. Now I'm going to go check on our spaghetti. And the spaghetti should be done. We're going to drain it, and then we're going to add the pesto, and then we add chunks of cream cheese and a little bit of the pasta water, and we mix it all together, and it comes out nice and creamy and so delicious. I've got my whole wheat spaghetti. That's all done, nice and al dente. I'm going to put it into my dish to serve. And I reserved some pasta water at the bottom, and I'm going to add when I add my pesto in. You can use regular spaghetti, you don't have to use whole wheat, but I'm making this a little healthier, and it's a great vegetarian recipe as well. Okay, so we got our spaghetti. I'm going to pour some of the pasta water in. Okay, so now I'm going to pour my pesto all over my spaghetti. And then you can get close if you want. So pretty and green. So now we have our last ingredient, which of course is our favorite ingredient, Philadelphia cream cheese. And again, I'm going to be using a third less fat cream cheese just because I feel like it. Being a little bit healthier with my whole wheat pasta and my low fat cream cheese. So I'm going to open this up, and I'm just going to cut it into squares, and I'm going to mix it all in with the pesto while the pasta is nice and hot. All right, so I'm going to put my chunks of cream cheese over my pesto and my pasta. And I like to be messy with this because you can be. Cream cheese is actually fun to play with too. It's fun to make a mess. All right. And you're going to use an entire block of cream cheese for this recipe. That's why it's the most important thing in here. I've got my cream cheese on top of my pesto, and I'm going to mix it all together. Normally you would use spoons, but since I'm already messy and I'm sitting right here, I'm just going to mix it all together. And the best part is, you mix it all together while the cream cheese is whole, so that's why you don't put it in the food processor. And you get these little chunks of cream cheese when you're eating it. And that's what makes it so delicious. All right. So I guess you figured out by now why I call this green spaghetti. The last thing I'm going to do is top it with some more Parmesan cheese to serve, and enjoy it. Thanks for cooking with me, Elsie.